Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another installment on KAMP'S Creative Digest. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I wanted to do a countdown, 25 things that I accomplished in the year 2025 associated with my writing career. Because KAMP'S Creative Digest is not just a place for me to document my own self-publishing journey, but I also want it to be a place where I can encourage and inspire other people to do the same. Whether you're thinking about publishing a book or just expressing yourself in any creative way, I want you to know that you can do it too, and you can do it yourself, meaning that you don't have to wait on anybody's permission except yourself. And my very first Dismantle Damsel journal video, I responded to the prompt about what success means to me, and I defined it by a dollar amount. But making this list really just crushes that belief in a sense, meaning that you don't necessarily have to retire from your creative avenue, or it's not going to happen overnight, but you can still celebrate your small successes and wins. And it's important to do so. So I got myself some Gigi's cupcakes. I got myself some cupcakes, and I got myself some candles. And I am going to just go through my top 25 moments of 2025 with you guys. I'm also gonna light a candle, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this celebration of me. So I recorded the entire YouTube video, but I was trying to be fancy and use my trusty mics, but they're really not as trusty as I would like them to be. This is the second time that I've attempted to use them, and I guess maybe I pushed the button. I'm not entirely sure what I do wrong, but point is that the recording is mute. The audio is not there. So we're just gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. And we're gonna do what we do. This entire video is my top 25 accomplishments in 2025. My very first response video with my Dismantled Damsel prompt journal, I responded to a prompt about how I define success. And it really stuck with me. It rings in my ear. Like, how do I define success, and how does this definition impact my self-worth? And I define success a lot by the dollar amount, by how many books I've sold. But this year really changed my perspective, and I hope that this list changes yours as well. Offers some enlightenment, some inspiration for what can be done. It's also important to celebrate the small wins. And I'm not gonna stop celebrating mine. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Again, this is my top 25, my accomplishments of this year. And I really have accomplished more in between. This list probably could have went all the way to 50, 75, or maybe even 100. But this is specifically regarding my writing career. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned so I can continue putting out content just like this. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for tuning in. One of my accomplishments this year was starting this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for everybody who is here and who continues to stay tuned with every video. You are one of the reasons why I continue to express myself in this way. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so number one, I published the second edition of my poetry collection. Some of you guys have already added Dismantled Damsel to your shelf. The first edition came out in 2022, but I actually released a second edition earlier this year with new illustrations and more poetry. I knew my story wasn't done when I first published, so I wanted to just add more to make it more complete. One of my biggest insecurities when I first published was the size of Dismantled Damsel. I felt like it wasn't a real book because it wasn't a certain page count. So the second edition was kind of me getting over that. And it's funny because now I don't feel that way. I mean, the first edition is just as real as the second edition. So now I just feel like the second edition is a complement, a continuation, more of the story of coming undone and coming back to yourself. So thank you for everyone who continues to support regardless. My second accomplishment this year, and these are in no particular order, these are just some things that came to mind. I had my very first meet and greet and book signing this year at Locals Louisville. So be sure to check out this recap video. A lot of these accomplishments I've actually made videos about or have mentioned in previous videos. So definitely be sure to look back on everything that was published earlier this year as well. Having my very first meet and greet it's an accomplishment. I organized that myself. I sourced the venue, I set everything up, I invited people, I learned lessons, and I grew. That was something that needed to happen. I think that sometimes we get so scared of messing up, but everyone has a first time. So don't be afraid to do something for the first time or even fail forward. It's cool. My next accomplishment that I added on my list is that Dismantled Damsel was accepted into the Jeffersonville Township Public Library. So if you have an Indiana library card, you can check out the very first edition of Dismantled Damsel at the Jeffersonville Township Public Library. That was kind of me stepping out on faith. I brought my book to the checkout counter, asked them if they take donations. And what I found is that some libraries, they will take donations, but not necessarily to be added to their shelf. They will take donations to be sold at like their Friends of the Library or like their Friends of the Library pop-up shops and stuff like that. But the Jefferson Township Library, they reviewed my work and they accepted it for it to be on the shelf. So you can definitely check it out. I really like that it's an opportunity for people to be exposed to my work that may not have the means to purchase a physical copy themselves. The ebook of Dismantled Damsel is always available on my website. All you have to do is leave your email and the email will give you a code. So definitely check that out as well. But if you're in the Indiana area, check out the copy from the shelf. I would love to see it circulating in public. The next thing that I added to my list is that I went on an independent bookstore tour for my birthday. I went to Carmichael's, Butcher Cabin Books, Nook and Nowhere, and a few other locations local in Louisville. Independent bookstores are really a staple for independent authors just like me because there are different consignment opportunities and it's really just a safe place for creative writers. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. And it was really lovely. That's how I spent my birthday. So if you're looking for something to do, I really recommend taking yourself out. I feel like birthdays and life is meant to be celebrated and just filling yourself with what you love. I love books. Went to some bookstores. Number 5. I gave a talk about self-publishing for Nerd Night for Louisville. Nerd Night is available in a variety of cities across the nation. I just so happened to do the one in Louisville, and it was a phenomenal turnout. I actually met somebody in the audience who I've seen on a few different occasions out in public, and I think it's really cool. She told me like, hey, I met you at Nerd Night, and I've been following you since then. And it's really nice to think about how you can plant seeds and they just organically grow, but you have to put yourself out there. And again, that's just been my biggest lesson this year, that success isn't always a dollar amount. It doesn't always happen by selling anything at that particular time, except yourself, putting yourself out there as who you are. And it's a beautiful thing. I also got into the Louisville Book Festival, and that acceptance within itself is something to celebrate. Because I knew about the Louisville Book Festival last year, but I didn't apply because I didn't feel like I was ready. So being in a position to where I felt like I was ready and the staff also accepting my work and giving me that chance was very affirming. Those of you who have been following along know that I sold over 30 copies of my book. So it was really, really, really fun. Thank you so much for staying tuned and thank you so much for the support. I will have other vending opportunities next year if you didn't get to see me this year. So just continue to follow this journey. And you can check out my work online. It's available on major websites where all books are sold. Next is that I sold out of the second edition at 2 different vending opportunities. Thank you guys so much. Truth be told, I did not buy as many copies and compared to the first edition, but the fact that people gravitated to the second edition really warms my heart. Thank you so much for the support. And overall this year, I secured and completed 4 different vending opportunities, which included the Locals opportunity, the Louisville Book Festival, the Readers Market at Foxing Books, and the Dream Girls vending opportunity through Redline Performing Group. In each of them, I was able to sell copies. I left with less books than I came with. So thank you guys for that organic interaction. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for letting me sign your work. And thank you for even coming back to my table because you read the book and you want to get a copy for your friend. Wow, it's just like you've made my dream a reality. Thank you so much. Number 9, I was awarded a scholarship for my essay on civic engagement, which is also affirming for a different way. I got to work with Inner Thoughts Houston, which is an organization that's currently looking for volunteers. So if you're somebody who likes to write or likes to engage in your community, definitely check out the link in my bio to get more information about how you can get involved with Inner Thoughts Houston. Being awarded for my essay on civic engagement it was affirming for a different reason because I wrote about my different volunteer experiences from over the last 10 years, from back when I was in high school. And I felt seen and appreciated for what I've done for free. So maybe this is a sign for anyone to just get out there and contribute to your community. You never know when it's going to come back to reward you, whether it's in a monetary way or just in an emotional way. Number 10, I was invited to be on a poetry panel with Herstory in Louisville. Another full circle moment because I went last year just as an audience member, a lover of poetry and literacy. And this year I was actually a part of the poetry panel and given the opportunity to read from Dismantled Damsel. And that was the first time I've ever done that publicly. So thank you so much for the opportunity and thank you to those in the audience who received my work. Thank you. I feel like this is what the writing career is all about. Again, I was mistaken about measuring success by being a bestseller, by selling a certain amount of copies, which is a measurement of success to an extent, but it's not what it's all about. It's about making eye contact with somebody and seeing them see you, or see them see you. It's really about documenting culture in real time and having somebody feel what you have been feeling, or have somebody tell you that you're expressing the words that they can't seem to get out of their own head. It's somebody saying that this is my favorite thing that I've read this year, or this is the first time that I've ever felt connected to a piece of poetry, or that I felt seen in poetry, or I met you and I want to publish my book just like you. That's where the success comes in. And it's even, I am a testimony of the success for those before me, those who did not publish their work, because I'm in a position to do so. Those who inspired me successfully have inspired me to become who I am today. So it's really a cycle. It's continuous. It's not something that happens in one go. It's not something that happens in one go. And again, that's what this video is all about. Okay. And I feel like that's what her story is also about, but I can get more into that later because that ties into Alice Walker's or Neil Hurston. It really goes deep. But next up, I met Crystal Wilkson and gave her a copy of my book, which does go hand in hand with the last accomplishment, just because Crystal Wilkson is one of the most prolific Kentucky poetic voices of this generation. So meeting her, what felt random to me, feels necessary with more thought at this point. I thought it was random when I first got the tickets on Eventbrite, but after meeting her, it felt necessary to meet her. I felt like I was seeing myself in my future and what legacy can become when you tell your story in a poetic way. So thank you again, Miss Crystal. Thank you again to the West End Women's Collaborative for putting together the opportunity and giving audience members free books as well. Thank you so much. Next up, I have the Dismantled Damsel is on both shelves at Carmichael's bookstore in Louisville. So I am in 2 independent bookstores here in Kentucky. Thank you so much, Carmichael's. I want to tell everybody that this was an ongoing achievement. I actually sent an email back in August to start with the consignment opportunity, and it wasn't until December that I was finally on the shelves. So this is just a sign to not give up. When you accept a challenge, there are just problems that will come up that you will have to use your creative mind to overcome. And don't get deterred from that. Get inspired by it. And you never know what's waiting on the other side. I thought I was only going to be on 1 store, but I'm in 2, and it's going to be ongoing. So if you're in Louisville, check out Carmichael's. I'm in both locations, so check out either or and grab Dismantled Damsel, the 2nd edition, off their shelves. Sooner they sell out, the sooner I can add more copies. Thank you so much. Number 13 is that I crafted and executed my own marketing plan for the book festival. And this is something that I'm very proud of because I did it all myself, from creating the flyers to going to the... Number 15. I went on the very first live Tea for Talking podcast panel for creatives. That was history in the making. I feel honored to be a part of the very first one and to be a part of a panel surrounded by other creatives in their own right. We were all also authors, which I didn't know, but we all have our own story to tell. And I really love that. So thank you again for the opportunity. Number 16 is that I donated my books to the Presley Post for their Take a Book, Leave a Book campaign. This was just one of numerous opportunities that I had to put myself out there. And I don't know who's taken the book, but just having the opportunity for somebody to do so is amazing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to plant that seed. And speaking of seeds and letting them grow, number 17 is that I started my YouTube channel and documenting this self-publishing journey with you all. I've wanted to be a YouTuber for a really long time. I think a lot of people kind of have this thought or this desire in their heart, and maybe there's just a lot of fear to overcome as far as public speaking, putting yourself out there. What are people gonna think? What are people gonna say? But here I am, and I've maintained the consistency, so thank you guys for watching me grow. Thank you for giving me the space on the internet. Thank you for subscribing and letting me know that you care and that what I do matters, that my voice matters, that you're listening. I do have people tell me that they're listening, and I see them share it. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It makes me feel like I matter. And you matter too. Thank you. Number 18 is that I applied to the artist residency program with the library. I do want to add that I didn't get in due to a scheduling conflict, but it's a success within itself for just putting myself out there. I think that we can talk ourselves out of opportunities sometimes, whether it's we don't have enough time, we don't have enough funds, we don't know what we're doing, but just putting yourself out there and embracing the unknown is successful within itself. That's something that I've learned, and I'm very proud of myself for facing the unknown with a lot less fear. Number 19 is that I maintained my website and blog throughout the year. This is an accomplishment within itself because it's really an investment. Facebook and Instagram are free platforms that anybody can utilize to brand themselves, but my website is an extension of that I've paid for. The sales through the book helped me keep that going, but there was not a break in the website whatsoever this year, and I have full intentions to keep it up and running throughout this next year and beyond. So thank you guys so much. I check everybody who subscribes, stays tuned, reads the ebooks, so thank you guys again. If you have not subscribed to my website just yet, I do have a blog. I do post pictures from different events, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. You might see something that you like. Number 20 is that my book has been shelved 6 different times on Goodreads. Thank you guys so much. Goodreads is another just social media platform specifically for book lovers, and it feels really good to log in and see that my book is on people's to-be-read list. I haven't got any new reviews this year, but thank you guys for adding it to the shelf and letting me know that you're at least interested. If you haven't reviewed the book yet, but you've read it and loved it, definitely do so I can connect with other like minds just like yourself, who love poetry and want to support independent authors. Number 21 is that I created the Dismantled Damsel mannequin. And if you haven't seen it in person, my website is the perfect place to check it out. It's built up of a collage similar to this one that I got made by the great Emily Warren. Little pieces of the Dismantled Damsel journey coming together to become what it is today, standing tall as a visualization of what a woman can be. Because whether we're dismantled, we can take all these pieces and come back together as one. And it's really one of my favorite pieces of my Dismantled Damsel display, because it is made out of real reviews, blog posts, photos with fans, just different experiences from my actual journey. So again, if you haven't seen it in person, check it out on my website and, find me next year to see it in person. I love when you guys take pictures with it. Number 22 is that I got hundreds of stickers made for Dismantled Damsel. Shout out to Caitlin, my great friend that was with me along the entire way of my marketing campaign. And shout out to the library for having those maker spaces for creatives just like me to be able to take advantage of. It was just amazing. I spoke about embracing the unknown, and I knew I wanted to have merchandise associated with Dismantled Damsel, but the price point was always something that was a barrier. So the library and their maker spaces really eliminate that obstacle. It's I love it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Number 23 is that I bought this beautiful Dismantled Damsel collage by Emily Warren. I did commission her to do it because I wanted my collection to not just be about me, but also give space for other artists, because I'm inspired by other people just like myself. So thank you so much for executing and following through and getting it sent without any damage. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm almost finished with my list. Number 24 is that I was invited to 2 interview platforms. I completed the first one yesterday, and as soon as it's out, I'll repost it on my blog. So definitely stay tuned on my website to get updates regarding that. And thank you so much for the opportunity to speak about myself and my craft. I look forward to connecting with more people that read the article. And lastly, my last accomplishment is that I was able to take updated promo photos at Angel Studios in Louisville, Kentucky, which was very clutch in my marketing campaign. It gave me the opportunity to have updated photos with the second edition of Dismantled Damsel, which I'm very grateful for. The selfie studio had different rooms, so I was able to get different viewpoints with both books, and it gave me more to work with creating my brand and creating my vision. So overall, I hope this list was inspiring to you guys that are listening to have an idea of what you can do as a creative. Because really, this was me, all me. I did this as a full-time student. I was able to graduate this year with my communications degree. So I am now a bachelor's degree holder. So yeah, this whole video was all about inspiration. I hope my list was able to inspire you and encourage you to do what you can with your own time, community, and opportunity. Everything you need is literally right in front of you. Whether it's creating the YouTube channel, using your phone to record, creating a collage with magazine clippings that you have at home, or the poetry that's in your heart. Just allow yourself to express yourself. And I hope you have plenty of reasons to celebrate yourself this year. And if not, then find one to celebrate next year. Thank you so much for tuning in to another installment on KAMP'S Creative Digest. I'm so excited to see you guys in future episodes. And I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much. I'm gonna eat my cupcake, and I'll see you guys in the next video.